Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Legendary Beats here, and today what we're going to be going over is how to use the piano roll. This episode has been brought to you by legendarybeatsonline.com. Alright, so today we're going to go over how to use the piano roll in FL Studio. The piano roll pretty much is where you're going to plant all your physical notes, your physical keys, where you can see them, where you can mess with them, you can change them, do whatever you would like, manipulate them in whatever way you see fit. So here we're going to go over some of the controls up here, which is pretty much allows you to control this portion of the interface. Just gives you, let's see if I can get my light right so you can see my face. It allows you to do a lot of things. You could articulate, you could quantize, you could do some things that could help make your sound a little bit more unique or whatever you want to do. So we're going to go over all of these here, as I said. So let's see what I can go over first. So here I already have something laid out in the piano roll. These are keys that I played, and as I played them, after I played them, I quantized them using the Quantize feature up here for that. But let me just play it out real quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to mute that, and I'm going to go into piano. So as you can see, one good thing about FL Studio, at least in the piano roll, using the step sequencer, when you're in the step sequencer and on that sequence, if you had keys played, if you were to switch to a new selection, pattern selector, well, if you're on the same step sequence here, this step sequencer, what you're going to do is you could go into another sound and you right click, hit piano roll, and it's going to show ghost key. These are called ghost keys. These are keys that have already been played or sequenced in another step sequencer. So since I'm still on the same step sequencer and just editing a different sound in that step sequencer, I'm able to see the ghost keys of another sound. And I believe you can enable that right here, ghost channels. It calls it ghost channels. Okay. So here what you can do is, the basic use of the piano roll is, if you're not using a MIDI controller, is you could just enter in the keys. So here we can see the ghost keys here, but of course if you're making a track yourself, you're just gonna put in whatever sounds right. So I'm just using the ghost keys as a guide. So I'm showing you how to use. So as you pull the keys, it automatically pulls and extends to however long you would like. With that being said, if you were to go to snap to grid feature, here you have the opportunity to change how your keys are being played, whether it's like a quarter beat, 6-beat, half beat, or half step, third step, fourth step. And as you change these things, you'd actually see the pattern change a bit. So here I'm able to actually, let me zoom in a little bit. Here I'm actually able to snap to a lot more smaller portions. If I go to 4, it's more, it's more larger. As you go to third, it's bigger. As you go to second, half, it's bigger. Okay, half step. Same goes to step. If you go to step, it goes one full step. If you go to quarter beat, same thing. This is quarter beat, third, as you can see, is 3, half, 1, 2. See that? Cool stuff. I like to leave it on quarter usually, because I don't know, I just like it. It usually gives me a lot of opportunity to go in and edit if I choose to do it this way. Testing. Not sure if this mic is working. It should be working. yeah, so it gives you a lot of opportunity to do it this way if you would like. And you can also move the keys around if you want. So let me start off with a lot of stuff on this side. So most of the stuff that you would use is like Quantize. If you get better, you use legato and articulate. The ones that I'm really gonna go over is Quantize, articulate, and maybe quick chop. These are the ones that I use sometimes. So let me go over Quantize. So let's just say we have our sounds here, and let's just go to none, which means with none you could just make it float however you would like. So let's say that these are kind of all over the place and they're kind of uneven. They're not really focused or prepared correctly. Okay, so that's an example. So what you can do is to fix this, because usually when you play in the keys, sometimes it's uneven, it's not on beat correctly. So if you play this, you see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like broken a little bit. It actually still sounds nice, but you get what I'm saying. So what you're gonna do is you can go here and click quick quantize. It's Control Q for the shortcut. When you click that, actually when you hit Control A for all, and you choose quick quantize. Why isn't it doing anything? Oh, there you go. How come the shortcut only works? Okay, so when you do that, automatically it fixes the sounds to the beat. So it fixes it at the beginning of the step sequencer, or I mean not the step sequencer, at the start of the beat. So if we turn on this, see what I'm saying? So it tries to even it out as much as possible, especially if you're using cell. It's going to try to fit in the cell as close as possible. So this is helpful, especially when you play out your keys. If you have a MIDI controller, when you play out your keys, you're going to see where it actually what actually happens. Sometimes there's a delay with your computer or whatever you're using, and it delays it, so it's not according to the beat when you play it back. So you use quick quantize, and it'll fix it back for you as much as possible. You can just go in and do small edits. So with that being said, there's also something called articulate. Articulate, what it's going to do is it's going to articulate the length of the sound. It's going to extend the sound or the hold of these sounds until it reaches the next key. So this is kind of an easy process. It's kind of a good thing because it helps if you played in the keys once again, and maybe you're doing like chops, like horn chops or something like that, and it's too short. If you hit Alt L, what it does is it fills in until it reaches to the next note automatically for you. So if we do that, you hit Alt L, it fills it up for you, which is pretty cool. I use that a lot, and it helps shorten the process of actually going in and doing a lot of the work. We also have another one called Quick Chop. Quick Chop. So Quick Chop, I believe it's supposed to allow you to choose what type of chops you want. If you go into chop, maybe, here we go. I think it allows you to choose, oh, there you go, yeah. So it allows you to choose what type of chops you want, which is pretty cool, especially if you're doing, oh, that actually sounds hot. Especially if you're doing snare rolls or hi-hats, things like that. It allows you to cut them up as much as possible. I mean, as much as you want, which is pretty cool. And that's pretty much that for these two. From here we have the draw tool. The draw tool is, as I said, is what you're using to click in the notes. Here we have the paint tool. What the paint tool allows you to do is to paint in the keys. So you can choose how long you want the key to be, and then you could just continue painting it, painting it in, just like if you were using, photo editor or something like that. You could paint in the pattern. Then here we have delete. the delete feature, you could just click the note and it deletes, or you can right click on your mouse over the sound and delete, or you can hold the right click on your mouse and delete. Just scroll over the items. So let's bring all that back. Let's delete these. And also you can, if you're on the draw feature, you can hit control and right click over all the sound, or the right click and drag over all of the notes, and then hit the delete button on your keyboard and it will delete that as well. And here we have the mute feature. The mute feature is pretty cool if you want to mute off certain notes. So you can select that and just mute it off. See that? And just to enable them again, all you have to do is click them again. Just make sure that's selected. Here we have the slice tool. The slice tool is kind of like the chop, except you can use this in different ways. Here, if you actually want to chop this sound, so you can chop this sound however you would like. So to get a more intricate chop, depending on what you want to do, you could, change. You could go to Snaptic Grid and change the steps, and make your edits that way. It's a good feature. Here you have the select. Select is just a shortcut way of, instead of hitting control and dragging over, you can just go to select and it automatically just left click and drag over, and it's the same as doing control left click and dragging over. Here we have the zoom feature. So the zoom feature works by you when you if you drag over the item, so you're hitting the left click, and you drag over whichever section you want to zoom in on, and then you just release and it zooms in. So here we have the playback feature. The playback feature, what it allows you to do, I hate how that looks. Okay. The playback feature, what it allows you to do is play back the portion of sound. It's interesting that it's playing in chords. I'm not sure why. Sound, but it's playing all of it, but you get the gist of it. And this play button here allows you to play the whole pattern ultimately, and this is where you would actually choose if you want to switch to another section. So if you want to switch to let's see, short piano, do I have everything? I guess not. If you want to switch to, these are the original chords. Oh, I muted it. Here we go. This is supposed to show. I have to do more research on this one. I'm not really sure why it's only working for that. It might be because I'm only I see, because the pattern selector wasn't selecting that target. Alright, I guess that makes sense. You'd have to mess with that yourself to see that works. I never have to use that because I always go here to choose what I want in the step sequencer. So here you have the velocity, so you can mess with these things for the selected pattern on the piano roll, and here you can make all the edits as needed. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit the draw, and you see that, so you can mess with stuff here. note police. And turn that off. And then you got the panning and panning. So you got up is right, down is left. There's the channel controls, the actual channel in total. There's like the channel change. So actually I should be seeing the change should be live right here. You see this? See that? It's the whole channel changing. So what I could do is I could put this back to where it was, and if I go, or actually I think I could just hit undo. Okay. If I were to go here, then I click note pan. These are the individual pans, the individual notes. So it's not, I guess, global, if that's the best word. So as you can see here, let me reset that. So these notes are, they will vary, between left and right. It's weird that when you edit, I don't know if it's me, but I'm not really hearing the change. Okay, I think it's because there's reverb on it. But you get the gist. YouTube's not really gonna allow me to. You're not gonna really hear it on the YouTube video, but when you try it yourself, you're gonna see what I'm saying. So all of these allow you to, edit different things. That's pretty much the whole view of the, piano roll. It's a very good feature. Oh, big thing here that I like to use. I like to see the physical keys because I play piano a little bit, and I like seeing the position. It's easier to navigate through. If you are more of a novice at piano playing here, you have the actual keys. I know all the keys, but I'm more visual. So here it shows exactly what's being played, and you can just go through as needed. Oh, quick thing, which is very cool. I found this out a couple of weeks ago. If you do enter in, oh my goodness, if you do, I'm not trying to click stuff. If you do enter in items, these notes, and per se you wanted to make it an octave higher and you don't want to copy over everything, what you can do is you hit Control and then up. What it does is it will automatically go up one octave. If you hit Control down, it'll go down one octave. So the more you hit, so once you hit Control up in whatever direction, up and down, it'll go up one octave. If you hit I think it's Shift. If you hit Shift and up, it'll only go up a note. If you hit Shift and down, it'll go down only one note. As the more you hit down, the more that it'll go down. When you hit left, with Shift being activated, the more it'll go left. When you hit Shift with left, the more it'll go left. Once you hit right, the more it'll go right. Let me see actually what happens when you hit Control right. Nothing happens, so it only works with up and down. So that's pretty much it. Hope this video helped you out. If you do have any questions, be sure to leave it down in the comment below. I'm having fun making all these videos for you guys. I know when I first started, it was hard for me to figure out how to use FL Studio, even though it's an easy platform. The more that you know about it as you grow, the easier it is to make, and the easier it is for you to make more competitive, professional music. Alright, as I said, I hope you like this video. Be sure to like this video and subscribe. I really need your subscriptions, and I really need your likes. Thanks so much for showing support, and I'll be looking forward to showing you another video next time. I'm out. Peace.